Hello, it is that time of the month again. We have a new moon coming at us, and this time we actually have a solar eclipse new moon, which is super exciting. And this is happening in the sign of Sagittarius. Not only will this be a stunning sight in the sky, it's also going to bring fresh energy and the promise of new beginnings and opportunities. Now, the new moon will actually peak in December on the 15th at 3:16 a.m. and that's Sydney time. And here in the UK, it is going to be 6:16 p.m. on the 14th. And the energy generally with these things actually can be felt sort of 3 to 4 days either side. And I know I personally am already feeling it as my sleep is more than a little restless. Now, this actually kicks off some pretty major planetary activity that's going to be happening over the next week. I did speak a little bit about that in the Sagittarius video, but basically we have Saturn changing signs, which is a massive planet. We have Jupiter about to follow it, and then those two actually join up in the sky in the new sign of Aquarius on the 21st. So yeah, expect some big things. I actually might even do a video on that because it's pretty major. So if you've listened to that Sag video, you will know that Sag energy is expansive, and this new moon eclipse energy will absolutely heighten that energy, really encouraging us to expand our horizons. I mean, really, you should be reaching for the stars around this time, or the moon, and basically do not let any restrictions dictate who you really want to be. The energy of this moon is here to really show you that possibilities are endless, like really endless. Whatever you want to do, you can dream big and you can do it with this energy. Now, to help with the energy and to really help it move around, I really encourage you to share any of your hopes and dreams and share the possibilities that you really want for yourself with someone close to you. And then over the course of the next month, I really want you to push yourself to try something new in the directions of those dreams that you're having. Now, the past few months have been focused on how we've really looked to release any of those emotional blocks that were really deep in the shadows of ourselves. And we did this to bring us here, ready to step into this fullest potential and growth that we have, ready for this eclipse season. Now, this expansive energy really can touch any area of our lives. But if you want to drill a little further down into more particularly how this is going to affect you, I would look at the sign that Sagittarius rules in your birth chart, as that will give you a little bit more of a personal touch to where this new moon energy will be happening for you. Now, with Saturn about to leave Capricorn, where it has been for the last 2.5 years, and it's heading into Aquarius. Oh, sorry, my puppy on my bed is scratching and it's shaking my laptop. Sorry about that. So yeah, with Saturn about to head into Aquarius, it often brings rewards and gifts with it. Now, Saturn is generally known as a bit of a taskmaster, but when it changes signs, it does reward us for all the hard work that we've done and all that we've achieved due to its little restrictions that it's given us. Now, a clue to where this reward will be coming from is basically look back in the last 2.5 years. Where have you been the most challenged, but also where have you found the most growth? Because that is where your reward will probably come from. And a little tip to make sure that you don't miss this reward, because the universe doesn't often make big grand gestures, is don't get caught up in your to-do lists. Don't get caught up on your technology. Really try and stay present over this new moon period, and also really stay with an abundance and gratitude mindset. Sort of shift your thoughts from wishing things were different to really seeing the opportunities that are out there in front of you. Now, if you've been following the moon cycles for a little while, actually, even if you haven't, you could just look back to the time around June the 5th, because we actually had a lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius on June 5th. So if you were doing some releasing, or you actually just naturally felt that some things in your life were made to let go around this time, that space that you gave yourself that was created during this lunar eclipse, through that letting go, this empty space has the potential right now to be filled with something new and exciting under this solar new moon eclipse. I mean, this is why I love working with the moon energy. Now, a solar eclipse can also leave you feeling a little vulnerable. And if this is you, please take time away from others if that's what you need. And I recommend really sort of connecting in with your heart. Sagittarius is very heart ruled. This is something that I encourage you to do during Sagittarius season in general, but particularly with this new moon energy. Really find refuge in your heart, because I can tell you it will absolutely show you what you most desire when all the mental chatter has gone away. So really allow yourself that space so you can find that growth. We also have Mercury helping along this new moon eclipse. Now, Mercury is our ideas planet. And it's also a really great time to express our thoughts and feelings. So what we think about generally has great power, but this is even more powerful under this new moon. So, you know how we say our thoughts become things? Now, even if a life isn't going exactly to plan, please look on either like yourself or your situation with a really loving kindness. Focus on moving forward, maybe instead of what you're lacking. And remember, listen to what's in here. During the next few days, I really want you to get honest with yourself. And I'm talking really, really honest with what you want out of life. Not what you think you should have, but exactly what you want. And also, what is stopping you from getting that? And if you're really honest with that, it's probably, if you're like me, you're stopping yourself from getting it. But yeah, really take time to look at that over this period. Now, a little ritual that you can use to help with some of these intentions that you're thinking about is use the fire energy of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is a fire sign, and that will really help harness the energy. So when you've tapped into exactly what you want out of life, get a piece of paper out and write it all down, or you might want different bits of paper for different areas of your life. But really make sure you put down how you want to feel with each of your intentions, and also write them in the present tense. So like you've already got them. So let me give you an example. I own a gorgeous house that's close to the ocean that allows me to connect with nature and entertain those that I love. This makes me feel connected, safe, joyous, and love. And then in a bowl that's fire and flame proof and out of the way of the wind, because we don't want the wind getting hold of this, because it's not good, especially in Australia. Light your bits of paper or your paper on fire, and as it starts burning, really envision that intention is being sent up in the flames, in the smoke, and out into the universe for it to transform to your highest good. And then also make sure that you feel it in your heart too, like you already have it. Now, this eclipse will bring some of the brightest energy that we have experienced all year. So please listen to that inner voice. Keep pointing in the direction of your heart and look for light, even if there is darkness. Because, yeah, like I said, this is going to be such bright energy. I hope you all have a super juicy new moon solar eclipse, and yeah, if anything comes up for you guys and you want to reach out, feel free to do so. I love hearing from you guys. See ya.